Two large figures framed the JRZEUS, the great. The bookcase held old cat. I wouldn't be able. There was apparently Ramon. The hall had collapsed. Ramon. There was the scroll. The scroll. The door was locked. I had to find the key. I wondered. The plans. The internal courtyard, even overgrown. The castle was vast, but most of it was now inaccessible. The fireplace was adorned with carved trees. The fireplace. The garden was. The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. The fountain had dry. Eva, he's up. I said, well, you did. Yes.
What?
Your father and.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an.
Don't worry. So you. Have you ever been inside?
No, I'm told it is.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it.
Shame.
Your father is. He's. Talk to your. The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. I guess that's where he got all. Another brand. The dashboard seemed intact. The inside of the car. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten, I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading. An old and a 5T. It was never going. The dashboard seemed intact. An old pair of shoes. Have you no respect for pretty indigestible? Hello, little. The goat had been tethered. Seemed unnecessary. An old apple tree provided shade. Shame that the goat's rope wasn't long enough for him to enjoy it. A heap of old. Ramon must have been in a car on. A pile looked like the goat. The fountain had dried up long ago. That wouldn't have... According to the sundial, it was mid-afternoon. A beautiful... Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny. Despite the scrap, one old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was, the key to... The door was... Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Genan's. I wondered what secrets they might... A pair of well-worn... The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
So, what is this place, Signor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montségur with the Tabula Veritatis. from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preach that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his Church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here at Montségur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why. It was a large marble statue of an old man. The statue held aloft a colored glass lamp. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting, and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Hillel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. Nothing happened. Just what this place needed. Bit of Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. It meant something, but I didn't know what. The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge. A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern the mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after Cathars being burned. A town of northern That wouldn't make it. Marquez. The window illuminated. Lights. Marquez had told me that the color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. I removed the colored light streamed through. The color changed from turquoise to blue. The color changed from yellow to green.
Amazing. The light is showing the path of the Bonzon.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis, from Montsegur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Okay.
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
That-
You got me out here to look up. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Georges, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret channel, but it's not your average all laid out.
What?
I'll tell you.
You know, I found... Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need...
What are you doing with La Maledizione?
Nico found some. I promise.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the...
I should stay.
Don't worry about...
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Genon was.
The Ganon who tried to buy the painting from Medovsky?
No, Genon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Genon who then spent months here searching, and who...
You think he's connected to the Ganon?
It seems likely that they...
So, what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at it. It's Genon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the...
So why did you want me to...
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of...
So, I guess we try to finish what Ganon started. I'd put money on those circles around...
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more... I lifted the hat out. There was something tucked. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. I removed the oilcloth from the chair. There was nothing underneath. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing. I had no desire to take the old... I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. I put everything back in the chest. The map had to be the key. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona, the dog-headed priest on the painting. The municipality of Berga. I couldn't be sure that it was the right place. The municipality of... The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a heft.
2 locations down. This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. I decided to put the municipality of Berga. I decided to put the pin, the municipality of Berga. I decided to put... I wasn't sure that if the fresco was to be believed, but which one? The castle gate, the buildings in the ring the building in the ring a scarred face stared back. If the fresco was to be believed, the town in that ring was at the southern end of, but which one? Eva.
Yes?
Do you have any idea?
What?
There was a coat of arms on the... This map is...
Well, we can be sure about... But perhaps there are more clues to be found.
The map had the municipality of the French castle Montsegur. I saw this. The municipality of Pocerda. The municipality of the municipality. The pattern looked similar to the left. Gainan must have figured out that the orbs were... Nope. That was... Hobbs had sketched the face It was obviously... the municipality. I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to pinpoint the important locations. Hey, Nico.
Yes, John?
Any ideas, Nico?
Maybe we...
It was the painting had all... It was a... The suit of armor appeared to be standing. Time to take 4 clues, 4 locations. A moth-eaten tap. The window looked... The books, they hadn't been touched. The note was written in Latin. It said that so the statues, or some... It was a duck. The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga. So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape. This is the center point of Montserrat. It has to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains, quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge, hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friend.
Dovsky?
No, Langham.
No.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my... But I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please, take me instead. He doesn't know it.
And you do?
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. He must be freed. Freed from all constraints. Free to fulfill his...
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now. I assume that lunatic is as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Madovsky. Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why my...
Aha!
Great work.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand.
Okay.
Sure. Then we will go and kick.
Couldn't have put it better. Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, George.